Okay, thank you all for joining the session. The next session is by Gustavo, Esteban, and Nicholas from Arsat, and they're going to talk about cloud services in the core of a multi-business company. Let's give it for the three guys.
Okay, thank you for the introduction. Well, we are from Arsat, which is a telecommunication company from Argentina. We are going to talk about our CloudStack implementation. So let me introduce ourselves. My name is Esteban. I'm the data center manager. I will make a brief introduction about our company and about our CloudStack implementation. How do we started using this software, this project? Next to me is Gustavo, who will be talking about some different scenarios and different user cases and and success stories about our customers. And finally, Nicolas is going to talk about our roadmap and what uh, what we had implemented in the last year with this project. So our title is Cloud Services in the Core of a Multi-Business Company. But why do we say a multi-business company? To answer that question, let me introduce Arsat. Arsat is a national telecommunication company created by the Argentine government in 2006. Its main objective is to bridge the digital gap between small towns and big cities. Its mission is to generate equal conditions in access to the service of telecommunications through the country, through the whole country. This is a very difficult objective because our country is so big. But in order to do that objective, we have four main business units. The first one is our fiber optic network, which has 34,000 kilometers in services. As you can see on the map on the left, it connects our entire country from the south to the north, to the east, to the west. We connect all the cities, all the big and also the small cities here in Argentina using this fiber optic network. Is the most biggest fiber optic network here in our country. And as you can see, there are, of course, blank areas in our country that it's not connected using this fiber optic network. In order to connect those places, we have the second business unit, that is the satellite business unit. In this area, we have two telecommunication satellites. First of all, we have Arsat 1, which serves the South American region, giving internet to all these places. And in the top of this slide, you can see a real photo of the satellite. In the second case, we have Arsat 2, which connects South America, Central America, and also North America, giving internet service and telecommunication services through all these regions. And we had here a photo of this satellite, and we are planning to build and construct new satellites in the following years. The third business unit of our company is our digital television area, which, as you can see on the map on the left, again, it connects the whole country, giving television and to 84% of national coverage of all to all the country. And again, the blank areas is connected using our satellites. And you can see here a picture or a real picture of a station. As you can see, is a 100 tall antenna that gives coverage to 50 kilometers. And last one, we have the data center business area. This is one of the most important ones because here we make synergy between all the services that I recently mentioned. This data center has 5 IT rooms. It has a total capacity of 4,500 square meter. We can give 150 rack per room. It's the only data center here in Argentina, which is a tier 3 data center. Um, built to guarantee 99 and 98.2 availability per year to all our customers. The services that we offer to our customer are housing, streaming, and cloud. And here in the cloud services, we offer and we have implemented CloudStack. We use this project for almost 9 years. We started offering our customer hosting services, and right now we are migrating all that services to an infrastructure as a services. We had multiple installations. We had one installation. We call it Platform 8, that we use it to give reserved instances to our customers. In Platform B, which is the most recent implementation and is the one that Nicolas is going to talk about, we offer pay-per-use methodology to our customer. And in the following months, in the following years, we are analyzing to build a multi-availability zones. Right now, there is a talk in the other room about this topic. This is a very interesting one that we are working right now with some CloudStack partners in order again to build a multi-availability zones. And of course, to do that, we are also constructing new data centers here in Argentina. Our offers to our services right now are composed of 3 big groups. The first one is a standard services. Then we have a memory optimized group. And last one, we have a CPU optimized group. And we are planning again to offer new services. An example of the standard one, the services virtual machine and storage that we offer to our customer is like an example as you can see on the screen. I will pass it to my colleague Gustavo, who will be talking about why do we have implemented CloudStack here in Arsat and why it's so important for us this offer.
Well, hello. Thanks, Esteban. Thanks to the CloudStack community. Well, I'm going to talk about why CloudStack. So I'm going to try to summarize the reasons of why we choose CloudStack over other orchestration platforms. The next, please. Yes. First of all, although we have been using CloudStack for many years, our primary orchestration platform wasn't really defined. We have some deployments over VRA, some others over Cisco Cloud Center, some others over OpenStack, some others over a basic CloudStack deployment, and so on. So we were in the need of defining a unique orchestration platform that fits our needs and our clients' needs. The strategy was to focus our efforts in one platform, migrate all the other clients to this unique platform, and deploy new services over this platform. Along with the strategy, we wanted to make some rebranding of our cloud and relaunch it as a Nube Pública Nacional, which is basically National Public Cloud. So this led us to the decision of choosing a unique platform This wasn't really an easy decision because it was going to define the direction of our efforts in the next few years. And as Esteban has mentioned, we provide services to some of the most important infrastructure of the government. So it was quite a decision. Next. So we had to consider some parameters, and well, the parameters considered to define this platform were well, first of all, the need for the platform to be open source. This meet the needs of not having any type of licensing cost. The platform was going to be used to provide services to the client, so it was necessary to lower costs and have competitive market prices. On this specific point, Nicolas will provide further details later, but basically this point left the other proprietary software companies out from the election. The next one, thanks. This open source platform had to be supported by a trusted community. In this case, CloudStack is supported by the Apache Software Foundation, which is the world's largest open source foundation. So it was clearly a point that gave us peace of mind in the election. As well, the platform should be multi-tenant, allowing us to deploy and to manage our public, private, and hybrid cloud in a fast and efficient way. The platform had to support multiple hypervisors, such as KVM, Sun Server, Microsoft Hyper-V, Bingware, and we find that CloudStack meet all these requirements. It had to offer as well a fully featured RESTful API. So here CloudStack provides a very flexible and easy integration with different kind of tools and automations framework. Even is compatible with IC2, AWS, IC2, and S3. So it allows the clients to deploy an hybrid cloud as well. But mostly what tipped the scale in the election of CloudStack as the primary orchestration software was that we wanted to keep it simple, and we find out in CloudStack this combination of a highly solid but simple to deploy and to manage platform. And that was really great for us. And now looking backward, was really a great decision. CloudStack allow us to easily deploy infrastructure that it can be updated without disruption and can be supported with everyday tools. So we are very happy with this platform, and we are working as well with ShapeBlue and deploying new services over the platform, as well as with Assistant C for the Stackville implementations. So well, I'm going to give the word to Nicolas. So again, thank you and see you soon.
Nicholas, sorry, you're muted. Can you unmute yourself?
Okay. Now I'm okay? Okay.
Yes, you're good.
Hi, everybody. It's a pleasure to be talking to you today. My name is Nico Furman, and I'm the chief of the cloud services here in Arsat. And I will talk a little bit about a not so technical subject, but it may be of interest of the management profile of the company or the marketing or sales department, because we are facing here a challenge in adding a new type of client to Arsat portfolio. That is, as my colleagues here shared with you, Arsat is mostly a government cloud provider with tailor-made services. That is a client, a state client mostly, comes knocking at our door with a specific need. And sometimes it requires from Arsat some customizations and consultant services. And sometimes it requires a lot of customizations and consultant services. Like I said, they're all like tailor-made services. So each one presents a different kind of challenge, if you want to say it. But there's not a lot we can do about that, because let me quote a movie here, The Godfather, because their offers we can't refuse, because they come from different governments, and Arsat, the main purpose of the data center or Arsat is to bring solutions to different government entities. So like I said, Arsat is a government cloud service provider with tailor-made services. And well, let me be clear here. The main purpose of our data center is to bring solutions and infrastructure to different government entities of Argentina. So when a different entities or a government or a secretary comes with a problem to solve that requires cloud services, we have to be there and solve it. No matter if it takes consultant services, operation staff, we have to bring a solution to that. But we're aiming to include private clients in our portfolio now. So that is the plot twist that we are facing now, and that's a very important challenge, because all as I don't know, sales staff, operation staff was born in the company to bring services and solutions to government entities, and to bring private clients to our portfolio, that give us well, that's a whole different challenge, and that we are facing today. So I was going to talk a little bit about that, and these were the premises that we came up to. So we wanted to improve our income. That's the return of investment of a data center. Make use in a more effective way of the data center resources. Limited consultant services, because if we're going to bring private clients and they're all going to ask for tailor-made services, we couldn't give solutions to all of our clients, especially our government clients, that we have to keep bringing services and solutions to them, because like I said before, that is the main purpose of our data center. So if we're going to add private clients to the equation, we have to make sure that the consultant services are limited. So another thing that Arsat has not a lot of is staff from our sales department. So if we're going to bring private clients, we have to make sure that those clients doesn't bring a lot of bureaucracy to the sales departments, because again, the sales department must surely bring service to the government entities. So the thing is limited consultant services and low bureaucracy clients. So putting all these premises together, these are results in an action plan we came up with, so that those premises doesn't get stuck in just a wish list. We came up with this plan. So we want to give to these private clients, we want to give services of infrastructure, yes, infrastructure as a service, because that assures us that we're going to give practically the same service to all our clients, and there won't be any tailor-made services there that could jeopardize our consultant staff in Arsat. We want to offer these services in Argentinian pesos that give us an edge with our foreign competition here in Argentina. I won't name the foreign competition, but that give us an edge with them. And we will be focusing in middle and small size private companies. Again, focusing on middle and small size private companies assure us that there wasn't going to be a lot of bureaucracy in the sales department. And we want to add and configure scalability features. So scalability features, basically we're talking about auto registration, auto scaling of resources, automatize the billing circuit, and add a payment gateway that supports a variety of credit and debit cards. So in that way, we don't use staff from the billing department also. So we got to keep very in check what kind of work this including of the private sector in Arsat will punish our staff, either from the sales department or from the operation department or from the billing department. So this was the action plan we came up to in order to integrate and to add a private client to our portfolio. So we already started. We're now halfway there to automatize the billing circuit and to add in other scaling features. So let me be specific of where we are now. So we already are making a draft bill. That's a pre-bill from our portal. We are using now we're using StackBill as a cloud portal. Beneath that, of course, there is Apache Cloudstack, but we're using as a cloud portal StackBill. We are generating a draft bill in StackBill, and we automatically send all the items that the client is using. We are sending them to our ERP, to our financial model. And there in our financial model, the bill is created automatically, and we there include taxes. So this has already been done, and we have one client from the private sector that's using the pay-as-you-go system, and we are, of course, it's not much, but we are very happy with that, because it allows us to test this this circuit, and you know, all the items that the client is using as a pay-as-you-go system are automatically generating a bill in our ERP and adding all the taxes from here, and automatically sending an email to the client with that bill. And shortly in 1 month, we will be implementing the auto scaling feature in our portal. We are configuring the payment gateway. Like I said, shortly in 1 month that will be operative, and to be used. And we are coding the middleware and the IPAs to ensure that the portal, the payment gateway, and our financial model are consistent data-wise. So as this feature are finishing, we hope to bring more clients to more private clients to our company. And like I said, we have 1 client now, but, and I will quote another movie, that's the last movie I will quote. Like they told Kevin Costner, if you build it, they will come. So as these scaling features are upgrading our portal, I'm sure more private clients will come to our company. So that's it. That's the challenge we're facing now. And thank you very much for listening. And I don't know if there are any questions. We're glad to hear them.
Yes, in order to make a brief summary of our talk, we here in Arsat provide multiple services to our customer. As I said before, we have 4 business units to provide telecommunication company across all the country. We have a fiber optic network, a television and digital television area, and a satellite area for connecting all that places where the previous one doesn't reach some certain regions. And in all that services that we had the data center, and in that data center we had been using CloudStack for almost 9 years. It's a long journey. We started with initial version of this software. We started with a few customers, and now we had like a 500 customers in all this implementation. And we have customers that are small, customers that are medium, and we had a very large implementation. We can name a few just to realize how big is this. We provide services to a lot of Argentine agencies from the government and to private customers. We can, for example, name a lot of critical projects that we implemented during the COVID pandemic crisis. And for example, another we can say it is the services that we offer to provide educational services during the pandemic. And we had another really big implementation. So as Nicolas said, we are on the middle of a big change in changing from reserved instances to paid as you use. Again, thank you for listening our talk about Arsat, about our CloudStack implementation, and of course, feel free to make any question.
Thank you, Nicholas, Gustavo, and Esteban. We have quite a few questions online, but before we do that, we'll go through a set of questions from the audience.
Hola, Nicolas, Gustavo, Esteban. Excelente presentation. Te amo, equipo Arsat. Gracias from Stackville.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, we had been using. Thank you very much for your greeting. Regarding Stackville, we had implemented the Stackville one year ago. Recently, we deployed the latest version 1 week ago. and we are very happy with that software, and it's the key software between our CloudStack implementation and our ERP software here in Arsat in order to build our customers. So we implemented that key software last year ago, and we are very happy with it.
Not so much of a question, but more of a opening a architecture possible discussion. Coming in CloudStack 4.18, there's a new feature for edge zones where you can deploy really small CloudStack zones, which seems to fit really well with your use case of bringing government services to everyone in such a large country. And did you guys consider things like that outside CloudStack already? Do you have something that helps bring the data closer to your end users in that sense?
Yes, yeah, thanks. Yes, we are considering that. The new zones is is new for us because we are deploying a new zone of our data center here in 50 kilometers away from our primary data center in Arsat, and another data center in the south of Argentina, specifically in Bariloche. So we are just starting to do that, but yes, it's a must have to Arsat to have multiple zones. We are going to discuss internally and with our primary provider, which is Shaitu, the new zone and strategy to our cloud, and we would like to discuss it as well with the CloudStack Collab people. It's a really nice chat to talk, and we are available to talk about that and implementation techniques and which is new for multi-zone deployments and so on.
Yes, something additional to my colleague Gustavo is that the big hyperscaler create multi-availability zone in different countries. We are creating multi-availability zone in one country because our country is so big that we need to create multi-availability zone, multiple data center in our country. So we are building again, or we are planning to build new data center, and of course the multi-availability zones across that project. But the difference between Arsat and the other hyperscaler is that we are building that infrastructure, that architecture in only one country that is very big.
Thank you. Are there any more questions from the audience before I take the online ones? All right, so we have some questions online. Let me just try to group them and ask you those questions. Who do you see as your competitors in the cloud space? And the sort of related question is, will you sell your services internationally or just in Argentina?
We offer services here in Argentina. We have customer from the public sector, but also from the private sector. Right now, we have customer only from Argentina, but we are open to have customer from abroad. We have international companies that we provide services here in Arsat, in our data center using CloudStack. For example, the European Space Agency, which is an international one, but we offer that services to the local office. But we are open to have or to bring customer from abroad, of course.
A related question is, are there specific verticals that you wish to sell to? Esteban, if you've heard my question, are there any specific verticals you wish to sell to?
Specific what?
Specific verticals, groups of people, organization, markets?
Okay, yes. So like I said before, we've been working with government entities for quite a while. I mean, since our data center was created, like 10 years ago, 9 years ago, and we are wishing to work more, like I said, to work more with the private sector. And we focused in small and medium companies because we wish to offer a service that was scalable, and but we are open to any kind of opportunity that presents. But we are aiming to meet in small companies from Argentina or from different kind of countries. But we are aiming to provide a scalable service in terms of cloud services, and to add to that, like I said, infrastructure as a service, platforms or users like software like, I don't know, like mail or some kind of database. But we are committed to work with the private sector. We don't have yet some profile of category of that private sector, but like I said, we are open to the challenges that may present.
Thank you. We have another question online. Do you see any potential conflicts between your government mission and selling to private clients?
Not from the get-go. I mean, that's road we're going to see as soon as we start. We're just sailing on it, but not that I can think of, because all these private companies that we were mentioned has a total different operation from government entities, and there are no conflict there. But if a case may appear, we will look into that. But like I said, not from the get-go.
Thank you. Before we take any more online questions, any questions from the audience? Going once? Okay. We have another question related to community. So really appreciate your talk. Do you plan to get involved in the community further, i.e. become contributors?
Yes, we have some specialists that work with us that are already contributing to the community since 5 years ago. Yes, we are in the community since from the initial beginning of the project, but we are contributing especially like since 5 years ago. Sorry. And of course, this is, excuse me, and of course, this opportunity is another place to contribute to the community. This is the first time for us to participate in a CloudStack conference, and thank you for the organizers for inviting us. But this is another way of contributing to the community, and we are really happy about that.
Yes, and we wish to be there next year.
Excellent, absolutely. I mean, I'm speaking on behalf of the audience here. Everyone would love to see all three of you, and even more from our side, coming to the conference. We have one last question, which is, are there any CloudStack features you're excited about?
Yes, Gustavo will talk about the features that we would like to see and the ones which are already in our roadmap for the following years.
Well, yes, we can talk about some of the features we are trying to deploy in our CloudStack infrastructure. Trying to offer a new compute offering with MID, We are trying to deploy CAS. We are working in GPU, BGPU, VM offer. That is great. Not all the the cloud deployment has that offer. We are working as well in security services as WAF. Well, auto scaling, that is working. We are working, Nicolas specifically, and Fernando, keeping the project with Shapeblue. Multi-factor authentication, DNAs as a service as well. BAAS, Ceph3 integration. IPv6 implementation, we need as well to work. I don't remember some load balancing features that we need as well to work. All that regarding to Kubernetes and that, like I said, container, which is basically our main focus in the next deployment.
Yes, in order to give additional detail of what Gustavo was saying, we had free services or free features that are the most demanded one by our customer, that are containers and auto-scaling, which we will be deploying auto-scaling in the following months. And the multi-zone feature is also demanded by our customers. So that's the three main features that our customers are requesting us.
Awesome. I think we have one last question from the audience.
With so big network, how do you do monitoring? Is it centralized or local monitoring for different locations?
Well, that's an excellent question. We have multiple monitoring systems because apart from CloudStack, we are a big data center where we offer a lot of services, and we have multiple monitoring systems and software. We have internal software that we use to monitor all our infrastructure. I mean, for example, the cooling infrastructure, the energy infrastructure, and of course, the servers, the firewalls, the storage. So we had a lot of internal software to monitor all that infrastructure. But besides, we had software that monitor our infrastructure from abroad, from different locations across the globe, in order to see that all the services that we are publishing to internet are in good standing, not only from internet, but also from other part of our country and from the world. Yes.
And do you utilize CloudStack for the monitoring or directly the server?
Both of them.
Thank you.
Thank
Yes,
you. Sorry, go on, Gustavo.
Oh. No. That we use Savic. We use some uptime monitor, a bunch of software to monitor our infrastructure. But as Esteban said, we monitor both.
Excellent. Thank you, Nicolas, Gustavo, Esteban, for your time. The audience has joined us online and the audience in the conference in Sofia. Let's give a round of applause for the three guys.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure for us to be here. Goodbye.